Hello everyone, my name is Olorunfemi Kehinde. Welcome to the second part of our video which we started on the meaning of economies and the basic concept of economics. So we continue from where we stopped the last time. Follow me as we do this together. Our learning objectives for today, by the end of this lesson, we should be able to define choice, define opportunity costs, describe the branches of economics, and state the importance of studying economics. Now, the last class we spoke about the concept of economics, beginning with want, scarcity, scale of preference, choice, and opportunity cost. We are going to start today with choice. Having established the fact that human wants are unlimited while the resources are scarce, it is important to allocate our resources in such a way that we are able to use our limited resources to satisfy our limited wants. And in that case, you need to make a decision. You need to make a choice. Choice has to do with selecting out of several alternatives, which one comes first. Our decision will be based on our priority, which is related to our need. We should be able to differentiate between our needs and our wants. So choice is a system of selecting one want out of numerous unsatisfied wants. Now let's see what we have. In this picture, we have two commodities here that a consumer desires. We have donuts and we have meat pie. Let's assume the price of each is 10,000 naira, and the student desires donuts and meat pie at the same time. What that means is that because of the limited resources, 10,000 naira, the student cannot buy these two at the same time. For example, if the student decides to buy donuts and decide to forego meat pie, the donut that is bought here is referred to as the money cost, while the meat pie that the consumer decides to forego is the opportunity cost. So it means the item left on board is the opportunity cost. So my definition here, opportunity cost means satisfying one want at the expense of the other. An opportunity cost is important to all economic agents, individuals, firms, and governments. Let's look at the importance of opportunity cost to individuals. Number one, it will enable an individual to make a wise choice. Making a wise choice means spending your resources in such a way that will satisfy your wants. The second one is it has to do with efficient use of scarce resources. As an individual, you think twice before you spend because resources are scarce. Let's look at the importance to firms. It will enable firms to make rational decisions in terms of investments, what to use the resources to buy in order to move the firm forward. It will also enable the company to decide on which technique of production to go for. We have two major techniques of production. We have the labor-intensive and the capital-intensive technique of production. Capital-intensive means you use more equipment and you employ few workers to handle the equipment for you. But for labor-intensive, you use more of manual labor. To determine the technique of production to use, you have to consider the resources at your disposal. And the last aspect is to government. It will enable government to prepare budgets to determine the estimated revenue and expected expenditure. And it will also enable the government to make wise decisions. Moving further, having examined what economics is and the basic concepts, there is need for us to also know the branches of economics. We have two major branches of economics. That's microeconomics and macroeconomics. Microeconomics, micro has to do with minute, something small, and that's the individual or household in an economy. Every economic decision made by an individual or household or a smaller unit of the economy in terms of consumption, savings, and investment. While the second one, which is macroeconomics, has to do with the aggregate of the economy. And macroeconomics covers areas like public finance, where we have public revenue, public expenditure, fiscal policy, among others. Now, let's quickly look at the importance of studying economics. What are the benefits of studying economics? We also look at it in three areas: the importance to individuals, to firms, and to business organizations. Number one is that it enables an individual to make rational decisions. Rational decision in this case talks about allocating your scarce resources wisely in order to satisfy your unlimited wants. For example, a rational consumer will not purchase an ice cream when he or she knows that ice cream will not give him or her a reasonable level of satisfaction. It's more or less like you are wasting the money purchasing ice cream when ice cream will not give you any level of satisfaction. Number two, Number two is that it helps us to apply various concepts like choice, opportunity cost, and scale of preference in our day-to-day decision in order to satisfy our want. We know we have prioritized what we need. You know what you need and what you want, and you know what is more important. You are to go for what is more important. The third importance is to firms, that's businessmen, businesswomen, and traders. It will enable them to decide on what to produce, when to produce, and how to produce. What to produce, you need to consider the resources available. You need to consider the needs of the consumers. What do they need in that environment? And you also decide on when. When are you to produce? Are you to start production immediately, or you give it some time? How to produce, whether to use the labor intensive or capital intensive technique of production. Let's look at another importance to firms in the area of profits. Studying economics will enable businessmen to maximize profits by applying economic principles. The aim of doing business is to maximize profits. And to do this, there are certain economic principles that must be adopted. You need to look at produce what people need. Don't just sell anything because others are selling it. Do they need it in the environment? And is it satisfying their want? If you're able to apply this principle, it will enable you to achieve your goal, which is to maximize profit. And number five importance, this time around, to government. It will enable government to allocate scarce resources to various sectors like the education sector, the agriculture, the tourism sector, the health, youth and sport, defense, and other areas. And the last importance to government is it will assist government in preparing annual budget that shows the estimated revenue and expected expenditure. Government will know what to spend money on. Is it payment of salary that should come first, or we have to construct road, build hospitals, provide electricity, provide free education for those that cannot afford to do that? All right. Having done that, we have come to the end of the first topic, which is meaning of economics and the basic concepts of economics. Thank you for your time. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Once again, my name is Olorunfemi Kehinde.